Hello, I'm Kyle Steele. I'm running for Norman City Council Ward 6 in the upcoming election cycle, and this is an update on what's going on with my campaign as of December 3rd, 2025. The reason I'm making this video is because if elected, I'm promising to be more transparent by doing videos like these twice a month, so I figured, well, I might as well do it for the campaign as well, so you can kind of get a feel on what that might be like, just kind of, like a casual conversation. It's a nice day outside, This is going to be on YouTube as well as Facebook. So if you're on one but you prefer the other, hey, just look it up. If you prefer Facebook, it is going to be mainly through the Ward 6 Facebook group that is on there. For the quick updates, I have ordered lawn signs for my campaign. They are currently being printed and will hopefully be ready to be picked up by this weekend. A lot of you have already requested a sign, so I will be delivering those as soon as they come in. If you do live in Ward 6 or are a business owner and you are wanting a yard sign for yourself, simply get in touch with me, KyleForNorman@gmail.com, or comment down below, and I'll be happy to stop by and drop off a lawn sign for you. Next is an official meetup. Essentially, I was waiting for the filing period to end before I looked into this. That way everyone could know who the candidates were going to be. They could do some research if necessary, and they could come with questions if need be. So I will be starting to reach out to local businesses about an official meet and greet or campaign kickoff. So stay tuned for that one. Next, as I mentioned, the filing period is closed, and it looks like it is going to be a heads-up race between me and the incumbent. I've already done a longer YouTube video about why I think I would be better than our current city council member. I will link that below. But again, just to sum it up, is I believe that I could be much more transparent with my actions that I'm doing on the city council with videos such as this and social media updates, as well as just my general platform, with the TIF votes and reform and such. Next, I want to talk about kind of some of the responses that I've been getting on the doors. So on my platform, on my website, I state that I'm against the OTA. We don't want turnpikes here in Norman. And when I'm talking to people about this on the doors, essentially they're saying that, well, it's a state level agency, it's a foregone conclusion. The general attitude is that people are anti-turnpike as well here in Ward 6. However, they don't see how we as a city can stop it or slow it down. And my response to that is, what's going on out there in Ward 5 as well as the north part in Ward 6 with all this construction and, eminent domain claiming of land. It's just wrong on so many levels. Disgusting would be a better word. Words cannot accurately describe how I feel about government coming in and taking land that people have owned for generations to build a toll road. Just that sentence itself describes the absurdity of the situation. And even if the OTA is no longer trying to go to the city to get stuff done, I believe that our elected officials at all levels, but even the city, and myself, if I get elected, should be very strong and publicly saying that what's going on out there is wrong, and we're going to do whatever we can to try and stop you. And that's not just at the city council, that's also working with local advocacy groups like Pike Off OTA and saying like, hey, what do you need us to do, right? I refuse to accept that we as a city should just lay down and let it happen to us. I'm rambling a little at this point, but you just can't give up, because it's a cause worth fighting for in whatever ways we can. And that's just my thoughts on it, and those are the thoughts I believe that we should take on to the city council as well. I'll also say, just as a general aside here, not really to do with city business, but the county commissioners elections for District 1 and 3 are going to be happening in November of 2026, I believe. So that is a chance for people who are in those districts to get candidates in those positions that more accurately reflect what their constituents want. I believe for wards 6 and 5, a lot of that is going to be in the County Commissioner District 3. So I would pay close attention to whatever candidates file for that election and vote accordingly. Finally, I just want to talk about, meeting people in general. So primarily, I'm knocking doors in the afternoons until the sun goes down, which it goes down pretty early these days, as you can tell, and then on weekends. However, I understand that people may have non-traditional hours, let's call it. And at the end of the day, I am asking you for your vote come February. So at the very least I could do is I could meet you at a time and place of your convenience to try to talk to you about local politics, to show you why I am a candidate that would be worthy of your vote. So if you're not available during weekends, or you're not available during the late afternoons or evenings, please, please, please email me. Let's set up a time where we can meet. It doesn't matter if it's 7 a.m. for coffee down at Gray Owl or Yellow Dog, or vice versa, 10 p.m. down at, the Blue Bonnet Bar, or, Hollywood Corners for a beer, right? Like your opinion matters, your voice matters, and your stance on local politics matters. Because at the end of the day, I'm not running to push my views on city council. I'm running to push the views of the community, of the views of Ward 6. And, I won't be able to do that unless I know what you're thinking. So please, 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 if you don't think you're going to be able to catch me on a door or at any one of these events, please email me. Let's meet up for a chat, a drink, and get to know each other a little bit. Finally, I guess I already said finally, but the next event I'm going to be at is Winterfest this weekend. So if you're going to be down there as well, look for me there. I'll probably be wearing something pretty similar to this. You could also just message me if you want to link up down there and talk local politics. The next planned video update is going to be for 12/20, December 20th. That's going to be the Saturday before Christmas, and also happens to be my birthday. So if you made it to the end of this video, I thank you all for watching. Thank you everyone for taking part in the political process here at the local level. If you've already donated, your time or your money towards my campaign, thank you so much for that as well. It really is, again, words can't describe how I feel to be getting support from the community in this endeavor. And if you are one of those who do wish to donate, again, either your time or your money, just click the link below or get in touch with me, and we could work out how you could help improve Norman this local election cycle. Thank you all again. Have a good day.